Alright, so King is coming tonight for Global, and I know a lot of you are going to be asking, what gear should I make for King? Because it's a character that you should be summoning for. Like, the last time I made a video on, like, what gear should make for a character was the one, because I feel like I should only make these kinds of videos for characters that I know people are gonna actually summon for, right? Everyone's going to be summoning for. And King is one of those characters you should be summoning for King. Not because he's King, character specific. It's because he's good in everything in the game, basically. So, what should you do with King? What gear should you make for him? And I think the answer to me is quite clear, but at the same time, I'm like, actually, I think it can go either way because I have been using attack crit. And I use King of Attack Crit for PvP and for Bird. I've been doing the Bird, and Attack Crit allows me to, of course, hit harder and get a stronger shield every time I use him. But at the same time, it might not be needed. I've never, ever doing the Bird had King die. Like, unless it was like a team wipe, right? Like a situation where like the King killed my whole team, or no, the Bird killed my whole team. I've never had King specifically by himself be the reason why I lose. Like, I never had him die, right? With attack crit. Every time I use attack crit. Every single time. And I've never had him be my my one to die. And I don't use Tarmy or Link on him or anything like that. It just never ends up being the one to die, right? So, to me, you don't need those defenses when you're talking about that kind of situation. If you're talking like a general sense, I think attack crit is just the way to go. And I know a lot of people are going to have HP defense for him. And I think HP defense is also good, but not for the Bird specifically. Which I think, for me, this right here is the best, right? The best Bird team right now. So reset just happened, right? It just happened like yesterday. And I did Bird first try. It was first try of this team. First try. I did stage 3 first try. You know why? Because King is just so good for it. He's just so good for it. The shield that he provides is just absurd. And at this point, of course, I've done it so many times, I kind of like already have the hang of it. But, you know, stage 3 is, it doesn't matter how many times you've done it. If you get unlucky, you lose. I mean, honestly, after I got the healing card set, the Bird has become much easier. But regardless of that, this has been my go-to team now for the Bird, which is why I think everyone should summon for the King, because he's good for the Bird, and Burn Healer is on his banner. So, first try every time. Okay, maybe not every time, but first try, like this week, I just did it first try with no issues because of how good he is. Attack crit. I think attack crit is the best, like, gear set for him, but at the same time, right? At the same time, I think that if you really want to play PvP competitively, like, I think especially if you're not going to give him, like, all the way, right? If you're not going to 6-6 him, which is, like, 6-6ing for a lot of people takes, like, multiple returns, right? If you're not going to, like, get all the cosmetics leveled up and stuff like that, I think HP defense can have a case, because I saw that the second player here, the first player had attack, but I saw that the second player here had HP, and if it ever loads, okay, he had HP defense, and I don't think that he like put it like to trick people into thinking that he, like, why would he do that? I think that he actually did use HP defense for his run for second place, because look, he has 314 KCC. This is like, you know, no food or anything, and the first place had 302 because he has attack, right? He has attack defense actually, not attack crit, which is weird. But, you know, maybe attack defense is also good. But listen, King crits most hits. The only person that he doesn't crit is other Kings. So maybe there is an argument for attack defense right there as well. But yeah, like HP defense is also good because you're gonna get the extra CC. So if you're already in a disadvantage from not getting all the dupes all the way, obviously, and getting all the cosmetics leveled up, HP defense might actually also be very good. But in a general sense, I think that attack crit is the best way to go. Just because, again, he's going to be good for PvP and PvE. If I switch here to HP defense, right? I have 62.5, missing 400 from the the one dupe I'm missing, right? And I'm not gonna level this up because we're definitely gonna get a 5th cosmetic, a 5th UR cosmetic for him, so I'm not gonna level that up. We're missing a weapon, and I'm not gonna level these up because again we're gonna get another one. I think attack crits is best because also he can be used as a farming character. So if you want to have the most optimal, I think attack crit. Oh, did I switch to HP defense? I did. You know what? I'm gonna try. I don't think I've did a single video of HP defense, so I'm gonna try that right now. I'm gonna try that right now. But attack crit is just going to be doing so much more damage on PvE as well, and I just think when I think of PvE right now, I only think of the bird, and that's like the best set for the bird just because of the extra damage that you do to get extra shields and everything like that. So for me, that is the way to go. What are the odds he has dodge food? Very high odds. But we're still going to level 3. Shasti foot. Ooh. Yeah. See, you know, I'm not going to blame that on HP defense because we missed every crit. Because every character here... Nah, Soros doesn't have that much crit resistance. He's old. I don't know now. I was like, every character here should have like really high crit resistance. That's an annoying thing for me to face. This is a very annoying thing for me to face because he can take off ultimate gauge and he's immune to Kyo. Astros doesn't have that high of crit resistance, I don't think. But in any case, you're gonna be guaranteed crit pretty much with the triple crit chance card. So having crit on your gear is so good for that. Okay. Of course I had to face the most annoying team for the recording. Literally the most annoying team in the game. The triple stance team. Alright, take off my ultimate gauge. Literally the most annoying team in the game. I wish the shield was put before the counter, but I think it goes after the counter. Yeah. Yeah, I knew he was gonna die. That's what I said. I wish it was before the counter. And I kind of see that. I think if I had attack crit, I would have killed what's it called? Tearing the first turn. And that would have been it. I don't like HP defense. I never liked HP defense for any character that is a DPS character. Like, you can see anytime I use HP defense on Margaret, I always regret it. I always regret it when I use HP defense on Margaret because I feel like she doesn't hit hard, right? And I think it was the same thing for this match, where I can see that if I had attack crit, I would have killed him turn 1. I had a level 3 card. The level 3 card hits so hard. So hard. If I had attack crit, I would have killed. It's just, I don't know. You can disregard because maybe you already have HP defense and you don't wanna mess with your gears, make new gear, but attack crit is the way to go. It just is. You just do so much more damage. You just do so much more damage. It's not even close. Like maybe, you know, if you're playing top 100 where you can't use food, I guess HP defense has its advantages, right? Because again, like that person was playing top 100, he was number 2. And he had the advantage because no one can use CC food, right? he was probably always gonna win because he was the only person using HP defense probably. Everyone's using attack crit. So going first does give you the advantage. But I don't know. Just the amount of extra damage you get from attack crit to me is just not worth losing. I don't think it's worth losing over what, 2k extra CC? It's only 2k extra CC as well. Like, if you're gonna lose the CC fight against someone, if you're facing a whale, you're probably gonna lose it anyways. You know? If you're facing a whale, you're probably already gonna lose it anyways. So I don't see why you would choose to have extra 2k CC. Nice. I love freeze. I don't think this will kill, but it's worth the shot. Let's get Keel's ultimate actually. I'm not gonna waste this card for space. Nah, I didn't kill. See, if I had if I had attack crit, that first attack would have done more damage and I would have killed right now. I would have. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Just never a big fan of HP defense. On DPS units, I just feel it's kind of a waste. If you're using HP defense on DPS units, you might as well be using more support units. Might as well switch them over for Margaret. I would have 100% killed at that point right there if I had attack crit. And the match would have already been over. But again, if your CC is already so low, maybe you want to get the extra boost. Maybe. See, he was gonna die anyways if he had attack crit or HP defense. It doesn't matter. He would have died regardless. I'm gonna kill Merlin. I'm trying to be cute. Ulting Zeldris to get the full effect from the ignite. Doesn't matter. Attack crit. It's worth it. Alright? It's worth it. It's worth wasting a few anvils for him. Just because you're gonna be using him so much. It only makes sense.